What's up, guys? I'm Newbie Dave, and I am back! Let's get started! What's up, guys? It is so good to be back. I was really missing playing this game. I was missing working on the series. I was just missing all of it. It was the move was a lot more painful than I had anticipated. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Things took longer than I expected. They're more difficult, more stressful than I had anticipated, than I had planned for. And so I apologize that it's been so long since I've gotten around to making one of these videos. But believe me, I've wanted to, and I am so happy to finally be set up and back in a position where I can do this again. But even though I've been tied up doing other things, you guys haven't. I have been getting so many comments from people on my videos. I've gotten a lot of new subscribers, so you guys have certainly been active, even though I have not been. So thank you so much for your continued support, even when I haven't really been here to provide you with any new content. But all that's changing today because I have a big new project planned. Last time we did a world tour, showed off all the great work that we've done over the past, I think it's been like 6 or 7 months, where we've built this amazing base, and I am so proud of it, and I have loved every minute working on this base. But today we are going to be starting on a B&B. Not a bed and breakfast, but a brand new base. Yes! I have debated whether or not this is going to be a continuation of the same series, whether it would be a new series. It's still going to be in this world, it's just not going to be this base anymore. Like, I didn't feel like I wanted to continue expanding this base indefinitely. Yeah, I love this base. I love it so much. I'm so happy with everything that we've accomplished. I just feel like it's done. And the rest of the things that I have planned for this series, they can kind of stand on their own. They don't need to be a part of this base. And really, I've been kind of looking for an excuse to move elsewhere anyways, and so the timing of everything really just worked out perfectly. So like I said, I debated whether that would be part of this series or if I would start a new series, because when Minecraft 1.17 releases, I'm absolutely starting a new series. I want to take advantage of the new cave and cliff updates, and so that's just going to be a new world, new seed, new everything. But between here and there, like, I didn't want to start a new series that was only probably going to last for a couple months. So I wasn't really sure what I want to do. So if you notice on the thumbnail of this video, this is no longer Minecraft Let's Play Season 1. I'm calling it Season 1.5, because it's the same world, it's technically the same season, but it's going to be a new base and a new location, kind of starting over, but not really from scratch. So yeah, that's what I decided on, was it would just be Season 1.5. Now, because I'm not completely starting over, I do have the advantage of being able to take a lot of my existing supplies with me. And to do that, I need to make a bunch of shulker boxes, and I'm going to cram as many supplies into these shulker boxes as I can, and then throw those into an ender chest, and try to bring a bunch of the stuff with me. Now, I don't need to bring everything, so I don't need to like empty out all of these chests into some shulker boxes. I'm going to leave some stuff here, because I am going to come back to this base from time to time. It's got a lot of stuff that I'm not going to copy or clone at my new base, like my potion farm, my iron farm, my farm. Like, I'm not going to completely start over from scratch. So I'm going to be coming back here from time to time, probably off camera. So I'm going to leave some supplies here, but I do want to bring a lot of this stuff, especially a lot of the building supplies, so I can kind of get started with a new base. And I've already got a lot of stuff in my ender chest. I've got a bunch of wool, which I don't necessarily need all of this, but it's already there. I've got a bunch of snow and ice, again, don't need it. Scaffolding, okay, so really the only thing I have in here right now that I actually need and want to bring with me is the box that I just made with a bunch of iron and wood. I also want to bring, let me see, I have a bunch of terracotta that I made somewhere. I forgot where I put that. There we go. Okay, so I've got a brown shulker box just packed full of terracotta. I did some digging off of, I guess not packed full, but it's got a lot of terracotta. I did some digging off of camera between episodes, which in the past month was any time in there, and just got a bunch of terracotta because I knew I was going to want a lot of terracotta for this new base. And so I'm going to bring all of this. I'm also going to want to bring a bunch of this crafting stuff because I don't want to have to dig, like I don't want to dig for a bunch of coal just to get started. I don't want to have to dig for a bunch of redstone to build redstone devices. I've got a bunch of iron already. I'll bring my diamonds, yes. Got to get some buckets. And there's some stuff you kind of need to build a base, and I don't want to have to spend a lot of time running around collecting it when I've already got a bunch of it. So I'm going to bring a bunch of this with me. Then I've still got some extra space in here, so let's bring some of this dirt. You always want to have some dirt when starting to build some stuff. Either just because you're going to do some terraforming and clear some stuff out, or you need it to just make some temporary blocks or whatever. You know, dirt's always good to have. I'm also going to want to bring some sand and some glass. Do I already have a shulker box for this? I do not. So let me bring a full stack of glass. I'll bring a couple stacks of sand. And then I've got two full... I think they're completely full. Two full shulker boxes of stone. And I think these are both just... Okay, not completely full. Okay, that one's completely full. Almost two completely full shulker boxes of stone. Because I'm definitely going to be using a lot of stone in this new base. And you know what? I'm going to do one more shulker box just for organics. Because I'm not going to bring all of this. But I do want to bring some leaves for decoration. I'm also going to bring just... I don't know. Some random flowers that... both for decoration and for making dyes, because I don't want to bring all of the dyes, but I do want to be able to dye some stuff different colors. So if I bring some organics, I can kind of, you know, I get a twofer. I can plant them for decorations, but I can also make dyes out of them. And with that, I believe we are ready to leave. I know I'm forgetting something. I'm definitely forgetting something. There's no way I've brought everything that I'm going to need. But, you know, our base is just right here. We can always come back to it. So where is this new base going to be? Well, if you recall from a couple of episodes ago, when I was looking for a jungle biome, I was digging every 100, 150 blocks or so in the nether, and you know, building another portal, popping out into the overworld, exploring, looking for a jungle biome, and then I would move on. And while I was doing that, I found a really cool spot that I said I was definitely going to have to come back and do something with in the future. And this is me coming back and doing something with it in the future. That is where I want to build my base. If I remember the coordinates correctly, what is that? Wow. Okay, there was like some creepy scratching noise in game. And I don't know. For some reason I'm looking for it, which from all the horror movies I've ever seen sounds like a really bad idea. So maybe I shouldn't go looking for it. Okay, so I believe the coordinates were right around here somewhere, like 730-ish. So, there's that. Okay, this scratching noise is like really freaking me out. I've never heard it in Minecraft before. Okay. Wow. There are definitely some new creepy nether sounds I have never heard before. And it's kind of creeping me out. So I'm just gonna dig a big tunnel and kind of get out of here. Whoa. Okay, I was digging the wrong way. I need to go this way because the coordinate is a positive no? That's the wrong way again. Somehow I got turned around in the nether. I'm telling you, it's this freaky nether sound that I've never heard before. I'm not easily spooked in video games, but there are certain things that will just, I don't know, they make my skin crawl. And the sounds that I'm hearing right now definitely falls into that camp. Alright, so if I did my math right, then it should be right around here. We'll build our little nether portal, light it, and see where we come out in the overworld, and hopefully come out in the location that I'd picked for this new base. Whoa. Okay. Thank you, Minecraft, for like putting me right on the ledge. That was a little bit creepy. So yeah, don't just come running out of a nether portal. Go slow. So this is where I wanted to come out. It's actually right down there. I'm not sure why it put me way up on top. So we are going to move this down. And while I'm at it, I'm just going to go ahead and equip my elytra, because that was really scary and probably would have been bad news for me if I'd fallen. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I broke my ender chest with a non-silk touch pickaxe. And so I lost the ender chest and just got a bunch of obsidian. That's okay. We can build a new nether portal. We'll go back to my old base. We'll get another ender eye. Build a new ender chest. That is absolutely the first time I have ever done that in this game. I am so surprised. Okay, so now I can just jump off this thing. Whoops. Glide on down, and this is where I want to build this new base. So if you remember from my jungle episode, I found this just awesome little mountainy area with this really epic looking, I don't know, biome kind of carved out into the mountain. There's floating islands above it and all these cool trees and everything. There's like flowing lava on this side which flows down into a river, and I saw this spot and I was like, I definitely have to come back and build a base here at some point. And so this is where I'm going to build my new base, is in this awesome little mountainy biome, which is kind of unfortunate because 1.17 is going to completely redo all of the caves and mountains and everything, and I'm just might be building a mountain base in 1.17 as well, but it'll probably be different since they're redoing everything, so I don't feel bad about doing this one right now. I have no idea where I want to put my nether portal, so I'm just going to go ahead and stick it here for now. And since this is most likely absolutely definitely not going to be where it stays forever, I'm just going to build like the short, poor man's version of a nether portal. And this should link back up with the other nether portal in the nether because I didn't move very far. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I need to jump back to my base and get another ender eye so I can build another ender chest, and I will be right back. And we're back, and I've got my ender chest with all of my shulker boxes with all the supplies I'm going to need for today's episode, so we are good. Okay, so what am I going to be building this new base? Like, what's the purpose of this new base? Why am I building a new base instead of just continuing to build onto the old one? Well, somebody mentioned a long time ago in one of my early episodes, and I apologize greatly for not remembering who it was. I will try to find the comment and share it in the video. But somebody has suggested that at some point I make a village for like villagers and just have like a man-made villager village in the game. And I thought that was a great idea. Like, I'd originally planned on doing some sort of villager trading post, like just a big building that I would put a bunch of villagers in with all these different professions, and then I could go trade with them to get all these different supplies and everything. That was my original plan, but I like the idea of creating a villager village. And so that's what this base is really going to be about, because I've got my base that I did for me. Now I'm ready to give something back to the game. So I want this village, this base, really to be all about the villagers. So first thing I need to do, and this goes for whether the base is for me or villagers or horses or whatever, I need to light this place up, because since it has these floating islands above it, even during the daytime, like, mobs will just not die. They're not going to burn up in the sun. And in fact, over here, it's probably dark enough that I could even get some mobs to spawn during the daytime, and that's no bueno. So I'm not going to light this area up too much right now because I don't plan on doing a whole lot of building over here for a long time to come, if ever. But I do want to make sure that mobs can't spawn during the daytime and then come over and, like, do what these guys do to me. So yeah, that's really the point of this base. It's going to be a big villager village. It's going to be a man-made villager base. And I plan to get at least one of every villager profession in here, like cartographers and fishermen and blacksmiths and clerics and just everything, whether I find them useful or not. I'm going to get one of every villager profession in here. Now, before I can really start on that, I'm going to have to spend a couple of episodes really preparing this place, because villagers, they're fragile, delicate creatures, and they need to be taken care of. And a single zombie or skeleton or creeper or spider can just, they're defenseless. They can't take care of themselves. And so I really need to kind of build this thing up for protection and lighting and everything first, before I can even think about moving any villagers in over here. And before I can do all that, that's going to take a lot of supplies. That's why I got so much stone, was because I'm eventually going to build like a big stone wall all the way around this thing, completely enclose it, light it up, make sure that no bad guys can get in here and ruin my day. But before I do all that, I need somewhere to put all my supplies, because I don't want to just keep them in shulker boxes inside of an ender chest. I want to have, a nice little supply room. So the very first build for this new base is going to be a big old storage building. Now when it comes to storage buildings, there's really kind of two different designs that I like to use. My favorite is really just a big old circle, and you put the chest on the inside of the circle and you can have multiple layers of them. It's nice because you can just stand in the middle of the storage building and just look around and be like, oh, I'll take some wood from over there and some stones and some diamonds, and you don't really have to move or go very far. You can see everything. But I've kind of done that a lot. Even though you guys haven't seen it, I have, and I wanted to do something different. So the other design that I like to use is really just kind of a long, straight building. Think kind of like a tavern or a barn or something. I realize I'm not selling this very well. It does look good, I promise, and I think that this is going to be really good for this storage building and really in this location. I'm going to kind of build it against this cliff here. I don't know if it's going to go into the cliff at all. Maybe? I don't know. But this is where I want to build it, because this is kind of going to be central to the entire base. This little hill right here, there's a good amount of building space on that side. I can go pretty far over there, but again, I don't want to go like into the really dangerous dark zone over there. And I like this little waterfall. I think I eventually want to turn this into, like, clean this up and make it a little pond of some sort. Maybe that's where I'll put my fishing villager. And I plan on doing some building, wrapping the base around and building some stuff over here as well. So I want this storage building to kind of be central to all of this. And so, yeah, I think I'm going to build it right here. And this way I can get to my storage building from anywhere in my base pretty easily. So first thing, I'm just going to kind of remove some of this, give myself some space to build. Because storage buildings, they do tend to run kind of on the big side. You need a lot of space to put a lot of chests without feeling too cramped. Oh, this is so exciting, guys. It's been months since I've started a brand new base. And even though I'm not starting from scratch, I've got my netherite gear, I've got my enchanted equipment. It's not at all like starting a brand new game, but it does kind of feel like starting over. There's nothing here. It's a giant blank slate. There's so many possibilities. I've got a bunch of ideas going through my mind right now. It's really exciting. All right, I'm not going to clear this whole thing. I do want to leave it feeling kind of natural. I'll leave this little hill here in the middle, but this is where I'm going to build this thing. Well, now that's interesting. There's like naturally generating coarse dirt over here. I've never seen that before. I've only ever crafted coarse dirt. I've never run across it in the wild. I didn't even know you could run across it in the wild. Mind slightly blown. Yeah. Okay, so I'm kind of going to build this thing from the inside out. Not really from the inside out, but like I'm going to kind of measure off where I want stuff to be on the inside so I know where to build the outside and how big to make it. That way my count's all correct. So I guess, let me see. I think I want the outside edge. I think I'm going to align it with here. So this is going to be the outside edge. I'm just going to put some, I'll put some stone down for that. And so inside here, I'm going to do chest going this way, double chest going this way, rather than going this way. And that way we can cram more in there, because if they're going this way, like, the whole building is going to be going in this direction. This is going to be the lengthwise direction. And so if we double them up going this way, we can cram more chests in there. And what I want to do, there's a lot of different ways that you can do storage rooms. You can put item frames on the end, like right here, to kind of mark what's in the chest. You can have a row of something above the chest, like stairs or something that you put the item frames on. That way you can still click on the chest. For this one, because it's kind of a compact design, I don't want to have any more extra space than I need, so I'm just going to put the item frames on the chests, which means I'm going to do like 2 or 3 stacks of chests like that. I didn't really need to mark that with wool, but I'm just trying to illustrate what I'm going for in the end. And then I'll do kind of 2 chests side by side. Since the item frames are going to be on the end, the chests are going to be kind of hard to click on, and so I am going to leave a gap in between each set of chests. And so I'm going to skip 2, and then we'll do 2 there. So that'll be 2 more chests. I'll skip 2 on this side. So that's kind of the idea, is we'll do double chest, 2 blank rows in between them. Double chest, 2 blank rows, double chest. And then, let me see, I'm trying to decide how long I want this thing to be. because I need to have enough space to store all my stuff, but I also don't want it to be like this massive building that just kind of dominates everything. So over here, I think this is really good spacing. That worked out pretty well. That's going to be the last set of double chests. I'm just going to do one. And so this is actually going to be the corner. We'll do a turn right there. And then on this side, let me see, do I want it to stop there, or do I want to go one more? I think that will be enough chest if I just do it like that. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. I'm going to do that. So we'll turn here. That will be one side right here. And this will be the other side. And then we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 stacks of double chests. And that's just on one side. So we're going to do some double chests on the other side, and then there's going to be like this long hallway down the middle. So I need to clear out some more of this mountainside here. And I don't really know how tall I want this to be yet. It's definitely going to be taller than that, but I don't know how far up I want to go. So I'm not going to worry about height right now. I'll come back and finish that later. So here's kind of what I'm thinking. Normally I like to go with odd numbers for the dimensions, like 5 or 7 or 13 or something. For this one, I'm intentionally going with an even number for the short side. And the reason for that is at some point I'm going to come back here and do like an automatic opening door where you step on a pressure plate and some pistons open the door. And the mechanism to make that work is much simpler when it's a 2x2 door than a 3x3 door. So rather than, trying to bloat this thing just to put in an automatic door, I'm going to keep it simple and just go with a 2x2 door. And so I want there to be an even number on this, but I don't want it to just be 2, because then it'd be like, it would be a really narrow hallway. So I'm going to go with 4. These 2 will be kind of the entrance, and then we'll have an extra block of space on each side, and then there will be chests on each side of this thing. I do want this to actually be built into the mountain. So I actually cut out a little bit too much. I didn't mean to go this far out in front on each side of this thing. So I may come back and actually like rebuild some of the mountainside here, because I do want this to go into the mountainside. I think that would look really cool. It was intentional that I put it so close to the hillside to begin with. Okay, so now let's talk about color palette. Ooh, llamas. That's cool. I didn't know there were llamas up here. Yes, color palette. So for my color palette, I'm mostly going to be going with spruce wood, some dark oak planks, because it just looks really good with spruce wood. And then I also want to use some terracotta, but specifically white terracotta. So I'm going to need to dye this. I can get 3 bone meal from a bone, which I think I can then turn into 3 white dye. Yes. And make white terracotta from that. I think that's what I want. Let me look at the other terracotta colors. Yeah, I think that's the lightest I can get. So I think this will look good. Let me see how, I probably should have checked it out before I made a bunch of them. Yeah, that'll be good. So I want to go for like an old rustic tavern or inn or something. And so this is what I'm going to go for with the color palette. So I'll mostly be using the wood for like the frame, and then kind of filling everything in with the terracotta. So let me start with the corners here. We'll do the corners out of spruce. I'll just go at 4 for now. Like I said, I don't know how tall I'm going to make this, but it's definitely going to be at least 4. And then what I think I want to do is I will... how do I want to do this? So I want there to be some windows. That's another reason there's some gaps in here. Is there's going to be windows. And I want... So here's kind of what I'm thinking. It does bother me a little bit that these aren't perfectly symmetrical. But I think... Yeah. I'm just going to do it. I'm not going to know for sure until I actually do it. So let me just do it. So let me do terracotta, 1 full layer of terracotta on the bottom. And then I will do kind of a gap here where I will do windows. So yeah, this is where I think it's going to look a little bit weird, because the 2 windows here will only have terracotta on one side and spruce on the other. I could make them more narrow. Like maybe I do that. Will that work? That might work. Maybe I do that. Maybe I do kind of wide windows on the ends and then narrow windows in the middle. And the fact that, the spacing on the inside is a little bit different probably doesn't matter. I like that. I'm going to go with that for now. We'll see how it turns out. And then even though I am building this into the mountain, I am still going to do the other side just like this, because I'll be able to see it from inside and I want it to look the same. And then like I said, I want my door to be 2 blocks wide, and so I'll do spruce right here, and I will do spruce right here. And then this will, for now I'm just going to leave it open. Like I'll probably put a double door so it's not open, but maybe I'll do like a weekend update or something where I come back and do the automatic sliding doors. So here's what we've got so far. I keep coming back to the height. I don't know how high I want this thing, how tall I want it to be yet. I could just cap it off there and have the windows be two blocks tall. What would I think of that? So that's what the side would look like, and then I would have start on the second story, because this is going to be 2 stories tall. That's one of the ways I'm going to get more storage in here than just what you see right here, is by adding a second layer, a second story to the top of this. Because it's going to be 2 stories, I think that's good. I think I'm going to cap this one off right there, and then we'll come put in the windows. And then I'm going to try something interesting. I don't normally go for black windows, but I'm going to try it on this one, because what I want to do is, since I'm going to have windows on both sides, even the side that is built into the mountain, what I'm going to do is actually put some black, I guess we can do black terracotta since I've got plenty of terracotta. Maybe we'll do black wool, because I've also got a ton of wool. Yeah, let's do black wool. I'm going to put some black wool behind the window so that you're not just looking into stone. And then we'll put the window behind that, in front of that. How's that? I think I might need to go back a little bit more, because the window panes are actually connecting to the wool. So I'll go back one more, and because of that I'm also going to do the sides here in black wool as well. If I wanted a truly dark effect, I could do concrete, but I don't think that will be necessary. Yeah, I like that. So it's kind of cool, because you know this thing's built into the side of a mountain, and so instead of just seeing stone there, it looks like it, I don't know, maybe a dark cave is on the other side or something. And so that's why I went with the black glass. I think it'll help add to that illusion that it's deeper and darker on the other side of the window than just stone. All right, so we've got all the windows in, we've got all the walls up. We still need to put some doors over here. And just for the time being, I'm just going to cap this off with spruce wood, and we'll put in some doors to keep it safe. But I'm definitely going to come back and do something else with the entrances at some point. I'm just not going to worry about it for now. And since we've got this thing more or less fortified and it's about time to sleep, I'm going to go ahead and move my bed inside now. That way I don't get snuck up on in the middle of the night. We'll just put it there for now. Alright, next I am going to turn my attention to the floor. So first I need to get rid of all this wool, because I know where the chests are going to go now. I don't need the wool there to mark it, and I need to get under it to work on the floor. So I'll put my crafting table down there. I'll pick up all this wool. And then I'm going to do 2 things for the floor. One, I'm going to, where I've got these spruce pillars on the outside, I'm also going to do some spruce on the inside like this. I think that'll kind of bring those 2 together. And then everywhere else, what I want to do is I'm going to use some oak logs sideways, but I'm going to alternate the direction that they point like this. And so you get this sort of crisscross pattern, which for a wooden floor I think looks really good. So that's kind of the plan, is I'll do the alternating oak logs in between the spruce logs. And I realize that this is probably a somewhat old school design. I think I've seen this kind of design, especially for floors, in a lot of older Minecraft videos, but you know, that's fine. Sometimes the classic styles are best. So yeah, it should look something like this. I think that looks pretty good. Yeah. Alright, so let me do the rest of the floor like this, and then we can put in our chests. And we'll be done, pretty much done with the first level of this thing. Alright, and then last but not least is we need to put in our chests. And this is going to take a whole lot of wood. I'm starting to think I may not have brought enough wood for this. Fortunately, it can be any kind of wood, so I'm just going to kind of take a little bit of everything. And we'll see how many chests I can get from this. So I got 32 chests from 1 full stack of birch, which means I should end up getting 128 chests from 4 stacks. I don't think that's going to be enough, but we'll start with that. because 128 chests is going to turn into 64 double chests. All right, so we'll start back here. We'll do double chest, double chest, double chest, like that. And then around in front of the window here, yeah, do 2 like that, and then 2 like that. Then we'll skip 2, do 2, 2, skip 2, and then put another couple double chests against the window here. So that's what it's going to look like. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Do the same thing on this side, and I may end up leaving some gaps. Maybe I'll do it right here actually, because I need some place to put like some, my crafting table and some anvils and smelting stations and just tools and workstations to do stuff. And so I think I'll put those against this back wall here, which I'll need to leave open in order to do that. All right, looking good. And the nice thing with your chest stacked up like this is you can still open them because the chest is not really considered a solid block, I guess. And so even though there is a complete double chest on top of it, yeah, you can still open it. So that's good. Now that I'm looking at it, 128 chests might have been overkill. But like I said, the plan is to make this thing 2 stories. And so if we need to put some more extra chests up top, if we have a bunch of chests left over, then we can do that. So yeah, I ended up with 44 chests left over. That's not too bad. I'll find something to do with them, but this is good for now. So far, I am really liking this. So we'll put some item frames on the ends of the chest here so we can see what's in each chest. And we've got enough space in here that you don't have to be like right in front of the chest to see what's on it. You can just quickly pop in and see, I've got some iron down there and some diamonds and oh, there's my redstone. So it'll be easy to find things. And then we've got enough space that we can also easily get to any of the chests. Eventually I'll come back and put a second story on this, and I'll do that out of like the dark oak and some more terracotta, some more spruce wood. We'll make this thing look really nice. But I'm actually going to end this episode right here. I realize the build isn't complete. I kind of knew going into this one it was probably going to be a 2-parter. Just because there's a lot to cover. Storage buildings tend to be kind of big because you need a lot of space for a lot of storage. I was moving to a whole new area, starting a brand new base, had a lot of news and announcements. So yeah, I'm going to make this a 2-parter and go ahead and wrap this one up here today. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying the new base, the new series. I guess it's a new series. It's still technically the same world. I can just pop back through the nether portal and head back to my old base to get more supplies or to use my old farms if I need to, but it's a new base, so it feels like a new series, and I'm really excited about it. I'm excited about all the possibilities. I love this spot, and I'm really excited about all the possibilities that we can do here. So I do apologize that today's build is not complete, but next week we will wrap this thing up. We'll put a second story to this thing. We'll put a roof on it. We'll fill it in. We'll decorate it. We'll detail the outside and make it look really nice. And I think this will be a really good starting point to this big new base. So thanks y'all for watching. I hope you're enjoying the series. If so, please hit that like button because it helps me out. And while you're down there, feel free to subscribe so you'll get notified of future episodes as they come out. Thanks y'all, and have a great day.